In all this process with regards to the Eastern DRC, the South African government has maintained its posture of wanting cessation of hostility, of helping the situation for peace and stability. Why must we declare war? If all evidence and everything we have done in the DRC since we have been in the DRC points to the fact that we want peace. Even our soldiers on the ground, they have always said they only engage when they defend themselves. So we have been very clear. Cumulatively, everything points to the fact that that intention of the call was for cessation of hostility, was for peace. And that's why I said earlier, we have said this in all platforms of the African Union. We have said this in all platforms of SADC. Our president flew for the whole day to engage with President Lorenzo and said, the political process is the process that will help us resolve the situation because there will be no military win in the DRC.
Yes, there's no win in war. That is the words of the South African Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Leonard Lamola, who said South Africa is not a warmongering country. However, it understands that there cannot be any economic prosperity on the continent without silencing the guns. And of course, we need to silence the guns, and we must not accept Africans to fight one another. And I'm very happy to hear this from Minister Leonard Lamola about the stance of South Africa against Rwanda. But all in all, we must understand that if South Africa is going to fight Rwanda, I'm sure Israel will come in, America will come in, because America are not happy with South Africa, because South Africa is a member of BRICS country, and America believes that South Africa is supporting Russia in the war between Russia and Ukraine. So America will try to revenge. And of course, we know that Israel also is not happy with South Africa after South Africa taken to court Prime Minister of Israel, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, on the issue of Gaza. So these countries are waiting to see South Africa and Rwanda going into full conflict or into full war, and they will come in to make sure that this war is going to expand. And we know that Russia is the best defender of South Africa. Automatically, even Russia will engage. So if we are going to allow this to happen, it is not about South Africa and Rwanda or and Congo. This will be about the Western power fighting on the neutral ground in Democratic Republic of Congo. So the people of Africa, we should not allow this to happen. Of course, we have been talking about prosperity, of economic prosperity for the continent of Africa. We cannot have economic prosperity while we are fighting one another. So I wish all African countries, all our special leaders, to see how they can come together and address these challenges. You know, we have no need to take the side. We have to decide that already mistakes have already done. We have done already mistakes. Let us sit down as the people of Africa, as leaders, and say enough is enough. You, President Tshisekedi of DRC, maybe you have differences with Kagame. You, President Kagame, you have differences with maybe Ramaphosa and President Ndayishimiye of Burundi, and President also Tshisekedi. So let us keep those differences aside. We are Africans. We must understand that this fight it helps the enemies, those who want to exploit our natural resources, to take the resources very easy. So let us stop fighting. Let us confess and sit down and say, you know, we have done mistakes. We have learned from the mistake, because to continue with this conflict or these tensions, it means we are giving chances to those who are exploiting this continent to continue exploiting our natural resources. So let us stop fighting one another. Let us come together. Why don't we sit down on the negotiation table and say enough is enough? You know, Africans, I don't know if we see this like a threat to our prosperity, because conflicts is multi-billion industries. We must understand and recognize that if we are going to fight one another, We are going to use funds, money, to buy weapons. Now you remember that Trump has cut down aid for HIV veto and other things. So instead of using our resources to invest in our own health systems, now we are thinking about going to Western countries or foreign countries to buy weapons to fight one another. So we must stop thinking in that way. Let us sit down and say enough is enough. I hope through our leaders, Africa, we can unite, we can work together, we can silence guns in the continent of Africa. We have failed to silence the guns in the year 2020. Today, the year 2025, you see, we are going to increase carrying of the guns. So just imagine if South Africa and Rwanda is going to into war. What will happen? Automatically, the whole continent will be at war. You see, Rwanda has friends. We have seen Rwanda with best friend with Guinea, Mamadou Doumbouya. South Africa the same as friends, southern parts of Botswana, wherever. So, or Rwanda has friends like Uganda. So it means the whole region of SADC will be at war. So we should not allow that to happen. But this war will be advantage for the Western and the foreign countries. So we Africans, we must understand that this war will hurt Africans. Those who are going to lose lives are not Americans, are not Europeans, are not Asians or Chinese, are Africans. Even now, those who are being affected by M23 and Congo army conflict are Africans. But we don't think in that way. We think we are finding the winner. I'm so powerful, I'm going to fight someone. It doesn't make sense to us. So let us sit down, fellow Africans, and find best solutions for our challenges. The best solution is for us to come together. Africa, we need to unite. We must unite. We must come together. We must work together. We must silence the guns here in the continent of Africa. So these countries should not enter into the traps of the Western. This is the trap of Western power, to put Africans into conflicts. And they're trying to destabilize. You see, look at the map of Africa. In the northern, they have already destroyed. Libya is already destroyed. If you come to the western part in Sahel, things have been destroyed. If you come to the Central Africa, where there is natural resources in Democratic Republic of Congo, things are destroyed. If you come to southern part in Mozambique, you can see. So the Western power are trying to divide this continent into different zones, war zones, for them to get natural resources. And then they come with their own solution. What they will do, stop fighting, I'm going to help you, do this and that. But all in all, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, war has no winner. We must understand that we are Africans, we must respect one another, we must love one another, we must make sure that we are working together. Those are just my thoughts. If you have anything, please you may add through comment sections. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you. See you next time.